Welcome back to the channel, Classic Volkswagen Lovers, Junior with a classic VW Box and Sunny the Super Beetle. Before I go on with this tutorial, I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. A big shout out to all of my new subscribers. Your support is very much appreciated. Thank you for watching my channel and follow me on this journey of Sunny the Super Beetle full restoration. So today I have planned the installation of the headliner foam padding. I took every single component out of the shipping box and I laid them down over a table. The temperature today, it's over 90 degrees, with hopes that that will help the material stretch out and release any of the wrinkles that are in the fabric as a result of the way that the material was shipped to us here. This is the headliner. This is the foam padding. The foam padding, which is the biggest part that installs under the top of the car, which is above the headliner. None of these parts that you see here came with any type of instructions. So the next step will be to go into the garage, go inside the car, and figure out how these parts install inside the car. Okay guys, so I took my foam padding and I laid it on the floor to separate all the pieces and just to get an idea on how I think that this puzzle actually goes together. Okay, so the first piece, I think it's this one here that goes right here, I believe. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this to see what's going on. But it looks like the piece is actually too short, so we'll have to double check. I'll get a ruler to check that. That's about 2 1/4 right there. This is not looking good, but I'm going to grab the pieces that go around the window right here and see if they fit. Let's see. That's running short. So this is the issue that I have right now with the foam padding for my headliner from West Coast Metrics. The pieces are cut too short and they do not fit here. So the piece that lays here is about 2 inches short on each side. Yesterday I started working in the interior foam padding installation, but I ran into some issues. So what happened was that when I purchased the car, I got a headliner kit as well as the headliner foam padding for the car in the same transaction when I purchased the car. So as a nice gesture, the previous owner that had planned to restore the car gave me the headliner kit including the padding. Foam padding and the headliner was purchased at West Coast Metrics by the previous owner. I don't know how long ago was that. So when I tried to install the pieces and put the pieces together inside the car, the pieces that were pre-cut at West Coast Metrics, they do not fit. They were not properly cut. They're short. They're too short. So the only piece that I was able to work with so far was the padding that installs in the overhead of the top. That one worked pretty decent. It's not perfect, but I think I can do with it. So the way I managed to install this piece here was by using a bungee cord to center it here, and to the best way possible, I try to center it in between these two overhead supports. And so what I did, I let it hang down and then I spray with adhesive the one side that actually glues to the top here, and I spray with adhesive the top of the sitting as well, and then I let that tack for 1 minute. And then as I was working my way over, I started gluing it, you know, in this area here and bringing the piece up. So fold it in half, and I had it hanging like this. So I sprayed that side, I sprayed this head, this top head part, and then I glue that piece, and then I walk my way that way. The pieces that go here, all of these foam pieces here, I'm guessing that one goes right there. This part right here is the one that goes here. Now what you see here is not something that goes with the car. Yesterday I grabbed some of my foam pieces that I had around and I cut a template. This piece here, which is the one that comes from West Coast Metric kit, if you look right here, it's about 2 inches short on each side. I made this template using foam, and my idea behind it was to use this fabric here, which is like a cotton type of a fabric actually used to do upholstery on seats, and I cut myself a template out of it and then cut that, and I was thinking about using that, but I changed my mind. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I got myself some upholstery material. I got this material which is called polyfill. It's a cushion wrap, and the good thing about it is that it's pretty flexible. So I'm going to attempt to use it to sorry, I live in an air traffic zone. So my idea is to use this cushion wrap to cut myself a piece that will fit there and functions as a padding. It molds very easily to surfaces. It's a very flexible material. This is about 1/2 inch, and that is 1/2 inch. I'm going to take my template here and I'm going to cut myself a piece out of this to use it for this here. Then if I see that this material, it's even better to use than this here, then I'll keep on using this. I'm gonna go ahead and do some prep work before I continue to record, and I'll explain in the process what I did and how I got to cut the piece that I'm gonna be using here. I trace this template over this and I cut myself this piece here, and this is what I'm about to go ahead and try inside the car. Okay, let's see how it goes. So I might have to do some trimming here, and I did it on purpose so that I can cut any excess. But the idea is to make sure that I have coverage all along the window frame here. So far that looks much better. I think I'm going with that. So as you can see now, I cut this a little bit wider so that I can trim it. But now I have a very nice foundation for my headliner. I can proceed to glue this in place. So let me show you what I did here. I took a piece of paper and I cut myself a template, tracing the shape of the body, and used it to cut 2 pieces of the poly wrap that I am going to be using to install in the corners of the C-pillars. That's gonna wrap right there. And one of the things that I like about this material is that it's flexible and it molds to the shape and the body of the car. So and we'll give it a minute to tack. So we begin by aligning this top portion right here. Gently wrap it right around that. I like how that looks. Much nicer. Now we do the same thing with the other side. Now we'll go ahead and spray this. So it's been 1 minute, and now we get to install this here. So we're going to begin by putting that right up there, right there. Okay, so I installed this side here, and I forgot to record that because I got caught in mocking it so that I could install it. But what I will do is I will glue the other side, and since I already have the other side pre-cut, all I have to do is glue it. I'll show you how I did that and then how I trim the top portion of it. But so far I'm glad that I went this route. Had I known way before I started to install the foam padding that I had from West Coast Metrics, I would have gone directly to Hobby Lobby and purchased this material, which it costs $19.99, and it was on sale for like $16, I believe. And it's a 10-foot long by 30 inches wide, which is enough to do your whole side here and the back. I'm not telling you it's going to be enough for this here for the top, but you can always buy this type of material as well, or even use that same one. Maybe buy an extra piece or an extra roll. They do sell that by the yard as well. The pieces that I had that were pre-cut, they were not long enough, they were short. This ones I can cut them a little bit longer, random pieces with the same shape, and then trim them to what I need. You can see how it actually shapes to the body of the car, so I like that about that material. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep this side over here. It let me cover the two bolt connections for the strap assist so that no glue gets into it. Just like so. That. Okay, so next we're going to apply some adhesive right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and install that. You might have seen some videos around where they do the V-pillar first, but because I don't have any instructions on how to do this, I'm just going by ear. And the way that I came up with my technique and the material that I am using, I think it's better. Again, just if I didn't mention it, that's the material is called cushion wrap from Polyfill, and I purchased this at Hobby Lobby, and it actually has 30 inches by 10 feet, so it's 10 feet long. Let me cover these threads just in case I may have to chase them later. There's no glue in them. So. these wires out through that hole for now. And we're going to go up to right there. Just like so. So next I'm going to go ahead and install the V peelers foam padding. So I did a template also for this, and I pre-cut my pieces for both sides, the driver's side and the passenger side. So this is going to go here like this. Okay, so that's 1 minute right there. So with that side complete, so next we're going to do this side here. I already pre-cut it. So go like that. That's fine. Okay, so same thing. We're going to spray some adhesive. We're going to be using this cardboard tool boy, some of the overspray, and since I have to spray this, you're right over here. Okay, now we go out, we do this. Okay, so that's 1 minute. Now I'm going to begin by sticking this right there, right there. Just slightly fold that like that. Sure. Okay, so from the West Coast Metric foam padding, the only two pieces that I thought that I could use were these two here. I don't like how that fits there very much. When I compare it to what I did, it looks uneven. So as a fix, I cut a couple of strips of the poly wrap, and I'm going to use it to even it so that when I install the headliner and it wraps around here, it's a much nicer, even finish surface. So I'm going to go ahead and spray glue here, spray glue in these strips, glue them on, and then I'm going to come back, measure from here to here, cut another long strip and just install it there. Then I'll come back with the scissors and trim around to make sure that I have the 1/2 inch surface, so that when the liner gets to that edge, it wraps around that and it can be pinched here so that it seals properly. Okay, so just begin to go right there, getting this side right here. We're going to here. Should be fine. Perfect. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I hope that you enjoy my journey with my DIY foam padding out of poly wrap purchased at Hobby Lobby. If this is the first time that you are watching my channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Stay put. Next is coming the installation of the headliner, and I will give you the end result of my DIY foam padding for my headliner. So until then, this is Junior with a classic VW Bucks and Sonny the Super Beetle. Junior out.